Are you thinking about making a move to the Seattle area? Well, today we're exploring Edmonds, Washington, a charming coastal town that offers small town vibes with some big lifestyle perks. From stunning views to a thriving art and historic scene, this might be your next hometown. Edmonds sits along the Puget Sound in southwest Snohomish County and occupies the 98020 and 98026 zip codes. It's bordered by Shoreline to the south, Linwood to the east, and the water to the west. Its footprint runs from the town of Woodway up to Meadowdale Beach Park. The city blends shoreline, forested hills, and residential pockets, offering a mix of coastal access and quiet neighborhoods. Edmonds was founded in 1890, shortly after Washington became a state, and grew from a sawmill and fishing village into one of the Puget Sound's most desirable suburbs. Located just 20 miles north of Seattle, it offers direct ferry access to the Olympic Peninsula, a walkable downtown, and sweeping views of the Sound and Olympic Mountains. It's especially popular with families, retirees, and remote workers looking for a slower pace with some serious charm. Well, one of the things I find really interesting is that a lot of times people think they're coming to Edmonds for one reason, but they end up staying for a completely different reason altogether. The Edmonds housing market is competitive, but offers good range. As of 2025, the median home price sits around $900,000, which is higher than the national average, but lower than nearby Bellevue or Kirkland areas. You'll find everything from charming bungalows and classic craftsman homes to modern townhomes and luxury waterfront estates. Many buyers choose Edmonds for the lifestyle and the long-term value. One of the other common misconceptions is that people think that if you want to be in Edmonds, you got to want a house that's 100 years old. And with some of the new building that's going on, that's just not the case at all. To help us better understand the local real estate landscape, I stopped by one of Andrea Fjortoft's listings where she graciously agreed to chat with me. Andrea lives and works right here in Edmonds and was recently nominated for Best Realtor in Town. She's someone who truly understands this community, and I wanted to get her perspective on what makes Edmonds tick. So, what do you think makes Edmonds a great fit?
There are so many things that attracted my family to Edmonds about 20 years ago. I think obviously being so close to the water and the ferry and the views was what drew us. Amazing schools, dog parks. One thing we've noticed over the last probably 5 to 10 years is an explosion of amazing restaurants and cafes in the downtown area. It's just a small town feel. It's really a lovely place.
It really is. And one of the unique things is that I feel like people come to Edmonds, but then they come from one reason perhaps, but they end up staying for completely different reasons. What are some of the reasons that you find that people end up staying here?
I think just the sense of community is probably the biggest thing. We have community events like a 4th of July parade,
Sure.
I think it's just kind of old-fashioned connection. I think people are craving that.
Are you seeing people crave that more now in this post-COVID living era?
Absolutely. Just face-to-face connection. And it's also a huge walking community, a very active community. So you bump into neighbors who are walking their dogs.
Yeah, you bump into neighbors here.
Yep, neighbors here. It's just a really special place.
What are some of the hidden gems or maybe some of the underrated parts of Edmonds?
There's different pocket communities that have evolved over the past few years, such as Five Corners, which is just up the hill less than a mile, has some really awesome restaurants, cafes, and shops. So it's just kind of evolving. It's fun to see these different pocket communities develop their own personalities.
Do you think that there's different buyers for, say, like the Picnic Point part of Edmonds versus the Bowl versus kind of the line of that Linwood Edmonds area?
Definitely.
Okay.
I think it depends on, in many cases, affordability. Tend to be able to purchase more for your dollar the further north you go, even though it's still lovely. And I found a lot of Boeing employees tend to be closer to work, so that's an attractive area to be up north towards the North Edmonds Linwood border.
Sure.
And I feel like there's something for everyone.
There really is something for everyone, whether it's food or lodging, or even if you just have to rent for a while to try out the area, there's something for everybody.
Definitely.
What are some tips that you might have for buyers who are trying to break into the Edmonds market?
I would say definitely first and foremost align themselves with an excellent lender such as yourself to
Thank
get
you.
you're welcome, not only pre-approved but through underwriting will give them a competitive advantage. And I think also do your homework with your broker in exploring the areas that work for you, kind of hone in on areas. Even with the more balanced market that we've seen lately, it's still pretty competitive due to lack of inventory.
Who is Edmonds a great fit for?
Probably more than one type of person.
Yeah.
It initially was lots of retirees living their best life in downtown in condos was kind of how Edmonds, with its excellent schools and parks and community events, it's a great place for families, also first-time home buyers, to get in the market here and build equity over time. There's something for everyone.
As someone who helps navigate the financing side for a lot of these buyers, I can tell you that once people find out what's possible here, Edmonds is a place that just clicks.
Yeah, definitely.
There really is something for everybody.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you so much for taking the time to share your listing with me. This is a beautiful view. I wish you could see the sound behind the camera. It's fantastic, but it's even more reason to come check out Edmonds. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim.
Edmonds is served by the Edmonds School District, which includes well-rated schools like Edmonds Woodway High and several magnet and international baccalaureate programs. Families are drawn here for the education options and the safe neighborhoods. Edmonds is also home to Edmonds College, a respected community college offering more than 120 programs, including strong healthcare and technology tracks. It's a great resource both for traditional students and for adults pursuing continued education. Edmonds makes getting around surprisingly simple. You're just 20 miles north of Seattle, with direct access to State Route 104, I-5, and the Sounder train line. Add in the ferry to Kingston, and it's one of the few places where your commute might start or end with the sunrise or sunset on the water. Downtown Edmonds has no shortage of places to grab a bite or a cup of coffee. I actually really like the downtown Edmonds area. It kind of finds this balance between cute and quaint and historic and not pretentious. It feels like it's okay to meet your neighbor and just say hello. Walnut Street Coffee is a community staple that's equal parts art gallery and caffeine fix, with a laid-back vibe that's hard to beat. Just down the block, the Edmonds Bakery has been serving locals since 1924, turning out fresh donuts, cookies, and cakes with a dose of small-town charm that's perhaps a bit eccentric. Not gonna lie, the Edmonds Bakery is almost as eclectic as Edmonds itself, but they do have the best maple bars. And if you're a few steps from the Edmonds waterfront, Moto Pizza has quickly become a local sensation. Known for its inventive Detroit-style pies, Moto blends bold flavors with a nod to Filipino culinary traditions. Signature creations like the Mr. Pig and the Clam Chowder pizza showcase their unique approach to pizza making. The retro-inspired space offers a welcoming atmosphere, while the commitment to quality and creativity keeps patrons coming back. Whether you're just passing through or you're a local, Moto Pizza offers a dining experience that's both distinctive and delightful. Whether you're grabbing breakfast, coffee, or dinner, Edmonds delivers. One of the most unique things about living in Edmonds is the immediate access to the Puget Sound. The Port of Edmonds is a full-service marina and launch site just steps from downtown. I often head out with a local charter to fish for Chinook or coho salmon, and it still amazes me that you can have this kind of outdoor adventure just minutes from a major metropolitan area. Whether you're into fishing, boating, or just cruising around the Sound, Edmonds is a water lover's dream. It's also a great place to take your friends or family out for an easy weekend adventure on the water. Whether that means fishing, sightseeing, sailing, or just soaking in the view. Just offshore from Brackett's Landing, the Edmonds Underwater Park offers one of the most popular scuba diving spots in the Pacific Northwest. With more than 27 acres of marked trails, artificial reefs, and abundant marine life, it's a can't-miss underwater adventure. Edmonds has a way of surprising people. The walkability, the views, the community. If you're thinking about making a move, feel free to reach out. I help people not only find the right home, but the right plan to make it happen. I'm Tim Humphrey, and this was Edmonds.